The Elevated Communicator by Marianne O'Brien is a book that introduces communication styles as a concept. Communication styles are a tool that are used to strengthen your well being at work and improve how you interact with your colleagues. For this video, we're going to talk about what my communication style is. Do I agree if this is my style? What the strengths are of my style? And how I use these strengths and manage the weaknesses. So, starting off, what is my communication style? According to the Elevated Communicator, my style is expressive. Expressives are the most open, talkative, and outgoing of all the styles. The book even states that they are the largest group of communication styles. They excel at bringing people together and making work more enjoyable. They establish personal connections, and that drives the way they engage and allows them to build close working relationships and extended networks. Now, do I agree that this is my communication style? Absolutely. I agree because the traits outlined in the Elevated Communicator match another profiling system that I use. This system is called DISC, and it's actively used by my workplace to encourage others to learn how they communicate and how they prefer to be communicated with. My own DISC profile is called I and revolves around being people driven, high energy, and thriving on building connections. The term persuasive is also used, as people with my DISC profile are happy to attempt to influence others with charisma. This directly coincides with the strengths outlined with the expressive communication style. Those strengths being articulate, comfortable with communication, having a quick pace, high energy, and passion, being able to diffuse tension and conflict, having the ability to read people or room dynamics, and lastly, being easygoing, fun, and having the ability to uplift others. So, how do I use these strengths specifically? Well, in the workplace, I use these strengths to create a positive, collaborative environment. It's easy to be honest with feedback and ideas when you don't feel nervous on your team. I use humor and genuine care to encourage my colleagues to feel comfortable during meetings. And I use this approach as well with trainees. This helps build trust so they know they can be vulnerable with me. They'll feel more comfortable making mistakes if they know that our classroom is a safe environment. So, knowing how I use the strengths, how do I manage the weaknesses? Well, I manage the weaknesses of my style by being intentional about emotional intelligence. Before getting excited and sharing during a meeting, I ask myself if what I have to say is valuable to the current conversation. I also try to be the last person to speak so that others who are not as outspoken as me have an opportunity to share their opinions. As the expressive style states, people with this particular communication style can sometimes be oppressive during conversations and even dominate the talking. Lastly, I practice the 5-second rule. If there is an occurrence where I speak at the same time as someone else, I pause for 5 seconds. This gives them an opportunity to go ahead and continue speaking, but if they choose not to, I will go ahead and resume my thoughts. So, that all being said, my style is the expressive style. I agree that it is my style. The strengths line up with what I believe are my own strengths, and I use them in a way to create a positive working environment with colleagues and peers, whether it is in the workplace, in the church, or otherwise. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found this video useful.